You know, there are many ways to tell the story of a relationship. I know there's still some people coming in and settling, but thank you. Many ways to tell the story of a relationship, and Ned Benson has found a very original approach. He has brought on board a remarkable cast led by Jessica Chastain, and James McAvoy. Those are just the leads. The supporting cast includes Isabelle Huppert, Davis, and William Hurt. A remarkable group of actors to tell a very powerful, emotional story of a relationship from two different perspectives. Ned Benson is the director of many accomplished short films. He also wrote the screenplay for this, which was a Blacklist screenplay. If you follow the film industry, the Blacklist is the kind of creme de la creme of unproduced film scripts. This film was on the Blacklist, and now it is a complete finished film, and you are the very first audience to see it. I'm very pleased that the writer-director is here to present it to you this afternoon. Please join me in welcoming Ned Benson.
Cameron and the Toronto Film Festival for just being an amazing place for movies in general. It's an incredibly curated festival and it's done a beautiful job with it. So, thank you. I want to thank you for being the first audience to see these films, this project. It's pretty daunting and honoring, so thank you. I also want to thank all my collaborators on the film. Some of whom are here this evening, including some of the cast, including Ryan Nichols, Catherine Watterson, Jess Weitzler, Karen Hines, James McAvoy, and Jessica Chastain. They'll all be here for a Q&A after the film. And hope you'll stick around for that and enjoy. Thanks.
Hi guys. Okay, I'm sitting here in my backyard. Just got home. I wanted to sit out here and do this review and get some fresh air to kind of cleanse me from that wretched experience. I have officially seen my first dud of the festival. I mean, this movie was so fucking bad, I don't even know where to start. Okay, so the movie I saw was The Disappearance of Eleanor Rigby, starring Jessica Chastain and James McAvoy as this young, happening New York couple, happily married, happily together at the beginning. Turns out that their baby, 2-month-old baby, died. Didn't find out how, whether it was like an accident or what happened to this child. But anyway, the baby died. She's devastated. She's ultra depressed. Can't get out of bed, and so when the movie starts, well, the very first scene of the movie, should I go into this really? I don't want to, because you know what? It's not worth it. This movie was just so fucking bad, and you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of a really, like, cliche fucking formula, like TV show, like one of these, like, dramas, like, you know, 30-something, or Dawson's Creek, or just something really like formula and cliche that's nothing more than a vehicle for, or just, you know, like a way to showcase the beauty of the lead actors. I mean, there's no denying it. They're great looking people. I don't know why else this movie was made, really, other than to just, you know, put them on camera and show off their great looks. No substance, nothing new here. It was just so horrendously bad. I don't know what this movie was doing at TIFF, other than the fact that it's got star power. It's got Jessica Chastain in it. That's probably why. The director of this movie also wrote the screenplay, and I'm going to name him. I am going to shame him because he deserves to be. This was terrible. It was awful. Director's name, Ned Benson. He also wrote the screenplay. Also, the writing in this movie was so fucking bad. I'll give you an example. One of the lines that I remember from this movie was, James McAvoy is all depressed because Jessica Chastain tells him that she needs a breather. She wants some time to herself. So he's all like depressed, and even though he's like this, gorgeous, cute guy who could have like a million women, any woman he wants, he's, like following her whenever he sees her around New York and just kind of trailing her. Anyway, so he goes having problems with his dad. They have relationship problems, but they're one of these like father and son who kind of have a love-hate relationship, and they have these cute little dialogues with each other from time to time. Well, not even cute. No, not cute at all. Sorry, let me take that back. Very boring derivative conversations that lead nowhere and have no point to them. And one of the lines from this movie was, let me see if I can remember verbatim here. Let's see, what was it? Yeah, okay, here's an example of like the whole tone of this movie, okay? The father says to this James McAvoy here, have you ever seen a shooting star? Well, even though like it only lasts for a second, you're glad that you saw it, aren't you? And I'm like, oh my fucking God, are you serious? That was the whole movie. Cliche after cliche. Sappiness. Just total like boring fucking nonsense bullshit. I could have cared less about these two people. Yeah, it's very sad that their child died. It's sad when it happens to people, but there was nothing to these people. Like, all she wanted to do was like run away and take off. Like, oh, I want to reinvent myself. I want to have a new life. And you're never around, so I'm leaving. And he's like, oh, like, please don't leave. I can't live without you. What was another line that he said? Oh God, what was that line that made me want to puke? You're the star of my show or something like that. I'm like, oh my fucking God. Men do not talk like this in real life, okay? I'm sorry. No, I'm not. I'm not sorry. This movie was fucking horrible. And another note I have to make, believe it or not, Isabelle Huppert actually had a role in this movie. And I gotta put up a red alert for Isabelle Huppert, because last year when I was attending TIFF, I saw another stinker with her in it. And she had a much larger part, and I couldn't figure out what she was doing in that movie. It was called Dormant Beauty. I have a review on this channel if you would like to check it out. I completely savaged it, and deservedly so. And now she's in this piece of crap, and I'm like, what the fuck is she doing? I mean, really, is the check that big? Is it worth it, to do tripe like this? Really, seriously, you're a great actress. What are you doing in this shit? And I have the same thing to say to Jessica Chastain. What are you doing in this movie? Like, honestly, it was just so bad. It was horrible. And Cameron Bailey, he's one of the lead programmers at TIFF. I believe he's like the second in command there. He's a real bigwig there now. I believe he programmed this, and I gotta say to him, what the fuck were you thinking? Really, seriously. I mean, this stuff does not deserve to be at TIFF. This is a fucking terrible movie. It was just shockingly bad. We left. The movie was 3 hours long, and here's another fucking asinine thing about this movie. It was separated into two parts called Him and Her. Oh, how fucking original is that? How much thought did that take this guy to come up with that? So the first part was him. Oh my God. And that was, I guess, showing things from Cutie Pie James McAvoy's perspective. And then the second part was going to be her from her perspective. And you know what? After that first part, let's get the fuck out of here. I'm not staying for another minute of this shit. I can't believe I even made it through that first 90 minutes. It was so bad. I wanted to walk, but I was like, oh, fuck, I mean, I had a ride coming to pick me up, so I didn't want to be just hanging around downtown for 2 hours or whatever. So I might as well sit here and, oh, God, there's no excuse. There's no excuse for movies like this to be at TIFF. I cannot stress enough. This was a terrible, terrible movie. Do not go see it. Do not get sucked in by the fact that Jessica Chastain is in it. If you think James McAvoy is cute, okay, whatever. Go see it. But It was awful. It was fucking bad. Terrible. Like F-, this movie, okay? So, that's all I have to say about that. That's all the time I'm going to expend talking about this movie. I don't want to think about it anymore. So hopefully tomorrow will be better. I only have one movie tomorrow. This one I'm a little bit concerned about. It's called Under the Skin, and Scarlett Johansson is in it. And from what I gather from the book, it's supposed to be about, she plays like an alien or something that comes to Earth and I guess has sex with all these guys, or I don't know what, I'm not sure exactly. And that's what I got from it. If that's what it's about, I don't know. But anyway, I was reading about this movie. It got reviewed. It was playing at the Venice Film Festival, and it got booed. So I'm like, oh no, uh-oh. But then other people, I've read other reviews where people are saying it's a masterpiece. It's great. It's fantastic. So, you know, we'll see. But I'm just hoping I don't have another, like, 2 duds in a row here. So, anyway. Oh, God. This was really, really bad. Totally sucked. Awful. Terrible. Ugh. God. Eesh. Anyway, okay, enough about that. So I will be back tomorrow, and I will see you guys with more reviews. Bye-bye from Toronto. See you later.